Welcome to The Agenda, where we break down the key issues facing the Magpies this week. With me is Jay Clark from the Herald Sun. Jay, 0 and 2. Do we need to change something up against the Swans?
Well, Christo, the spotlight is already falling on Darcy Moore. He's a 21-year-old forward, 28 games, the main banana in the Collingwood forward line, and his form has been modest. Now, the issue is, the question being asked is, do you play Ben Reid forward now to give him more help and support up there? For me, it's...
I've got a solution. What about someone like a Travis Cloke?
Well, he's gone to the Western Bulldogs. For me, it's more about ball use and tackle pressure, Chriso. Now, Darcy Moore isn't a contested marking beast. He's an athletic man who's going to get on his bike. Now, I think his work rate's okay, but for him to flourish this year, if it's not going to be a very long season, they have to hit him up, and it's really Collingwood's ball use, I think, which is hurting Darcy Moore at the moment. Otherwise, it's going to be such a long season. I mean, Jamie Elliott coming into the forward line is going to help, but they don't otherwise have that big senior mature age established forward. So it's more about mobility in that Collingwood forward line.
So does Mason Cox need to come in, Jay?
I don't think so, Chris. So the SCG, smaller spaces. He's a big guy, he's going to get tackled. So I think he's okay in the MCG, wider space, Subiaco, not on the SCG. He's not the answer, I'm afraid. Jamie Elliott still maybe a week or two away.
Now I want to talk about inaccuracy.
Oh boy.
Now, this is absolutely hurting us unbelievably.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that things are going so bad in terms of inside 50s, in terms of getting the ball into the forward line, even in an efficient manner. But we are missing simple set shots at goal. Alex Fasolo, Scott Pendlebury, Adam Treloar, Chris Mayne missed a critical goal from 20 metres out on Thursday night.
So what impact does that have on the team? So if Chris Mayne misses from 25 metres or for solo or whatever, what impact does that have on the rest of the team?
Well, it sends everyone flat. And what happens is when he misses the next set shot, there's additional pressure on that guy to convert. And all of a sudden the pressure mounts and mounts and everyone misses.
So you're on the training track this week. Do you focus more time on that this week at training? Do you respond specifically?
You practice and you practice and you practice and you practice your process, you practice your approach, you practice and practice. And then when you've practiced, you think enough, then you practice some more.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
That's it. Yeah. Let's talk about the midfield.
Hey, Paul Roos put the pressure and the spotlight on the Collingwood midfield big time on the weekend, saying that Collingwood's midfield was playing really an unaccountable style. And really, Adam Treloar was the man who's in the gun. So Adam Treloar, we know, he's a superstar offensive player, right? Gets a lot of the ball, talking Brownlow medal potentially. Now, he had 2 tackles on the weekend. Sidebottom had 1, Crisp had 1, Tommy Phillips had 2. Now, that's not enough, Chris, especially for a guy like Jack Crisp, who that's his bread and butter, this tough work, because he's not necessarily a clean player. Overall, Collingwood has 55 tackles versus Adelaide Hawthorn, 80 tackles. Bulldogs Sydney, 80 tackles.
They're the benchmark. How many tackles did Richmond have?
Of course you can.
No, you can't. They're different styles of games.
No, listen, if Collingwood is going to be a top 8 team, this is an area of improvement for them, definitely, because opposition teams, and take this as fact, opposition teams think they can hurt Adam Treloar on the rebound. They don't think he's necessarily going to be playing close to his man. So the guy who's on Adam Treloar, they think they can hurt him. And I would be staggered if it's not a theme in the Collingwood coaching review this week. Better balance in his game, Chriso. Better balance.
Defensive structures and pressure around the ball carrier also the other important issues. Now, I want to talk about changes. We've got a massive game against the Swans coming up.
What do you do?
Must win, 0 and 2. The Swans are 0 and 2.
Does Cox come in?
I think you have to play Cox.
On the SCG?
I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they're going to hammer him.
No, they won't. I mean, they need that extra additional target up there.
Varco comes in. The change that has to be made is Daicos. Josh Daicos. If Callum Braniff didn't have glandular fever, he would come in. Daicos has to come in for Blair, Chriso. It is plain as the nose on your face. Do you agree with that?
I agree. He had a wonderful pre-season. Everything he did was absolutely... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what Collingwood's lacking at the minute.
But there has been some calls for some wholesale changes. I don't think we need to go that far. The team has been playing okay. It's the inaccuracy in front of goal that's really hurting and deflating the team.
The other one is Lyndon Dunn. Does he come in to support that back half? I don't know that he's been in as good a form in the VFL as he needs to be to securing a spot. So if he could come in, maybe could throw Ben Reid forward. I don't think that's going to happen. Dunny needs to play some good footy, but Daicos, you would like to see him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd love to see him. I'd love the romantic... Oh, yeah, I'd love to see it. Now, let's get on to our Monday moments. And, of course, mine is Brodie Grundy. Now, I made the prediction at the start of the year that he would win the best and fairest. He got the 3 votes, absolutely no doubt. And this is the highlight. The follow-up work
Yeah.
after he contests the ruck contest
That's rare.
all night was fantastic. But just look at the way he runs forward, gets on the end of this, and the finish for a ruckman.
Yeah.
Well, it's just outstanding. He was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, I think we're seeing really Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy emerge, and Sam Jacobs as well as two of the three best ruckmen
Your
in the
Monday
competition
moment?
at the moment. Jeremy Howe, I'm convinced this bloke can be an All-Australian halfback at the weekend. I think he's had a very good start to the season. But we've seen a lot of this over the journey. And look at this, Chris. Oh my goodness, he's just put, who is it? Benny Lennon on a poster with another massive specky. Was one of two on the night. I've been so impressed with this guy, Chriso, because he doesn't just win the ball like that. He gets involved, pressure on the ground balls, etc. I think his game is really becoming more all-round. I love it when he flies for the
I
footy
actually
like that.
agree with you. I
Doesn't
can't believe
happen.
it. That's all we've got time for this week on the agenda. Let's hope for a big win over the Swans. See you next week.